Boulevard in this middle of January fixture. Hull taking on Castleford today, who've been in a rich vein of form, currently lying fourth in the league table as Lee Crooks leads the Castleford side out, and they've won 6 of the last 7 matches. Just a defeat at Leeds, a Wednesday defeat 10 days ago, spoiling that run. And of course they play Wigan in next week's Regal Trophy final. On the debit side for Castleford, this will be their 5th game in 17 days since the turn of the new year, and they're going to be a little bit leg weary. I think they've been playing weekend Wednesday for the last 2 weeks, and of course their last performance was at home to Oldham last Wednesday, again which they won fairly comfortably, but they managed to keep their full strength side on the field, as we'll see in a moment. Well, of course, fine victory over last home match against Bradford Northern here, but a disappointing defeat at Halifax last week. Disappointing not from the point of view of the performance, but of the result in the end, because Hull did play well last Sunday, and in the end the scoreline did little to reflect that performance. Let's have a look at the two sides of the lineup. The Hull side first of all: Richard Gaze at fullback, Paul Eastwood and Paul Sterling on the wings, with Gary Nolan and James Grant in the centres, Rob Danby and Des Hasler the halves, Russ Walker, Mike Dixon and Chico Jackson in the front row. Jackson in for Tim Street, who received a 2-match suspension, despite apparently being found not guilty of the offence caused, but being suspended for intention or ungentlemanly conduct, and that certainly created a protest here at the Boulevard, not surprisingly. Danny Devey and John Sharp at the second row, and Jeff Doyle is at loose forward. Brandon Greed and Steve McNamara, the two substitutes. McNamara back after a month's absence through injury, and it's also good to see that, although he's not in the 15 today, but Dean Busby is the reserve, and he came through the 18 match at Castleford on Friday night quite well. The Castleford side: Graham Steadman at fullback, St John Ellis and Simon Middleton on the wings, with Richard Blackmore and Grant Anderson the centres, Tony Kemp and Mike Ford the halfbacks, Lee Crooks, Richard Russell and Martin Kettridge the front row, Tony Morrison and Ian Smales the second row, and Tawara Nickow loose forward. Andy Hay, a very promising young forward, at 14, and Dean Sampson at 15. The referee, Mr David Campbell, and Hull are going to kick off. We keep saying it, Brian, but another vital match. Hull are in amongst a gaggle of sides in the sort of middle reaches of the table. There are 5 split by just 2 points, quite clear of the relegation area, but nowhere near the sort of top 8. I think the immediate aim is to try and get to the sort of top of that group of 5, and definitely you need to win your home games to do that. Yeah, you certainly do. You're quite right, Stephen. If they don't get in that top 8, really, it's a bit of a wasted season. And we've seen Hull on occasion this having plenty of ability, but not really be able to put wins back to back. Blackmore, knocked down by Chico Jackson. Devey. Hull got the advantage of a slight breeze in this first half. Kettridge, and again Jackson into the tackle. Lee Crooks, met by Walker and Hasler. Morrison, £30,000 signing from Swinton, a very good one by Castleford. Kettridge again. Kettridge had a good season for Castleford, an underrated player, but we're seeing the first set of 6. Knock on against Kettridge. Referee looked to the touch judge for confirmation, so it's Hull's feed, 10 metres inside the Castleford half. Obviously the groundsman put a lot of work in on the pitch. Hasler to Grant. Oh, bang down by Blackmore. Came over the top. Hasler to Walker. Tackled by Nickow. Sharp. Good tackle by Morrison. Hasler. Oh, loses it. Picked up by Ford, who loses it. But the first knock on. So it's identical position from where the first scrum was. Ball's obviously going to be working. It is pretty heavy in the middle, although it's been heavily sandy, the pitch, and rolled and spiked. I imagine it'll cut up as the game goes on. Ford feeds. Smales, signing from Featherstone.
Crooks. Tackle by Doyle. Nick out. Dropped off. Tackle by Doyle. Driven to the ground by Doyle. Had a watch Nick out. Influential member of the Castleford side. Ford loses his footing. Tackle by Chico Jackson. Last tackle. Kemp. Nice kick by Kemp. Should be Richard Gaze. It is. Oh, Gaze beats. One tackle. Can't beat Blackmore. Driven over his own line. Good kick there by Castleford, Steve.
Yes, exploiting the short side, a nicely angled kick. Richard getting under some pressure, and once he made that little fumble, he was always struggling then. So early pressure for Hull here, and to drop out under their own posts. Picked up by Middleton just inside his own half. Taken by Mike Dixon, good tackle. Middleton played 38 out. Crooks been in outstanding form recently. Clear man of the match in Castleford's semi-final victory against Bradford of the Regal Trophy. Kettridge. Ford. Nicow. Taken by Sharp. And Walker. Crooks. Makes the 20-metre line, last tackle. Out to Stedman, who will kick, goes to the air, onto the wing. Ellis, and he's only got hands to it, but knocked on. And he would have been a very good take, Brian, but the chance was there.
Chance was there, Hull didn't have the kick covered. St. John Ellis seems to have been injured there. I didn't really see any body contact, so he let for the ball. So it's Dixon to drop out. Early pressure with Castleford. Walker. Hasler. Jackson. Again Morrison into the tackle. Dixon. Dummies goes. Tackle by Russell. Russell stood at second marker. Doyle drops off Hasler down the middle. Dixon looking for a gap, can't find one, runs into Kettridge. Hasler's got a knock on his leg. Limping. Ball back to Eastwood. Chips into the corner. Should be Stedman's ball. He may let it go. Yes, it does. Wind's a little bit stronger than I thought there. Hasler having some difficulty. Can't afford for him to go off. Morrison. Kettridge. Crooks. An awful lot of work, Lee Crooks in a game, both on attack and defence. Smales, oh, bang down by Doyle. He read the body contact there. Oh, good ball to Nicow. Nicow outside the man. To Ford. To St. John Ellis, look forward. Kicks. Hasler. Well picked up. I think Doyle got the worst of that tackle against Smales. He's struggling to get back. Seems to have an arm injury. Sterling. Wrapped up by Smales. Sharp. Again met by Smales. Good defence by Casper on marker. Walker. Russell from good chase on marker by Russell that time. Chico Jackson. Tackled by Kettridge and Crooks. Hull struggle to go 20 metres in that set. Ball to Eastwood. Under pressure from Ford. Looks a good kick to me to St. John Ellis, who takes it well. Runs at Sterling. Sterling gets underneath him. Good tackle just inside the Hull half. Stedman. Step in, don't get anywhere. Certainly Castle looking dangerous in his first 5 minutes, Steve.
Yes, they've attacked quite imaginatively, but the defence has been very strong, hasn't it? The whole forwards been struggling to make much yards. Kettridge. Oh, and a wild ball from Anderson to Middleton, and that was nowhere near. Past blind, and ball goes into touch. So Hull should regain possession here, just short of halfway. Danby. Eastwood comes in off the wing. Taken by Steadman. Again, Hull go to the left. Hasler sharp, feeding round. Nice ball out to Dive. Inside the Castleford half now. Dive will play it, 41 out. Hasler. Danby. Inside to Gary Nolan, almost breaks through. In fact, stays on his feet and breaks the 40-metre line. Sharp. John Sharp continuing in a rich vein of form, working very hard. Hasler, Danby, shows the ball. Tackle just inside the 30-metre line. It's the last tackle. James Grant acting half-back. It's back to Hasler. Goes to the air. Not much of a Hull chase on this. Steadman's had some trouble with bombs recently, but that one not really testing him. Didn't have much traffic to deal with. Certainly in the game at Warrington, which Castleford lost in December, Steadman looked very suspect under the high ball, and Warrington capitalised on that extremely well. Nickow drives the ball out of defence. Crooks. Oh, looking to release the ball one-handed around the tackler, but supporting player came just too late. Now Kettridge running up the ruck. Back to Ford. Nickow out to Kemp. Nice ball out to Blackmore. This fella can move. Very strong. Bumps off the tacklers. He's going away. The ball inside to Ellis. Ellis out to Steadman. Spectacular Castleford attack. Ball goes loose, does it? Still going. Are they in at the corner? Ellis is tackled. Good scrambling by Hull. Try looked certainly on there. It's the last tackle. Cast 5 metres out. Kemp. Long ball to Crooks. Out to Nickow. Nickow to Anderson. Anderson throws a dummy and crosses. And Castleford finished off the move. You felt they might have finished off on the previous play, but they switched the ball across the field quickly. And in the end, not enough Hull cover to stop Anderson being able to throw the dummy and cross about 15 yards wide of the post. But it was really the damage was done on the earlier play, Brian. And lovely short ball quick ball by Kemp, released Blackmore down the wing, and he took Blackmore down the wing rather, and he took an awful lot of stopping.
Yeah, he did really. Hull should have stopped him, but he's very strong. The feature of Castleford's play there, Steve, was a support play. It was excellent. Earlier on, we had Kettridge releasing the ball out of the tackle to Ford to keep the play moving, and St John Ellis was just in the right place inside, and Hull did very well to scramble back and get St John Ellis, who had taken Blackmore's pass. The dummy and cut inside by Grant Anderson. There's always a triangle on this side, enabled Lee Crooks to have a pretty easy kick. But certainly Hull can't complain, because in this first 12 minutes we've been playing, Castleford has certainly looked a yard faster than Hull, both on attack and defence. They're playing the ball quickly, they're moving it quickly. People are standing deep, running at pace. It's real simple, attractive rugby league, as we always associate with Cass. So it's Lee Crooks trying to make it 6. And he does. Plumb centre by Lee Crooks. So it's Hull 0, Castleford 6. Really, and Hull haven't threatened anything, Steve, at all.
No, as you say, they've really made any inroads into the Castleford half. And Castleford have not only had the better of the territorial, but they've also looked capable of breaking from well within their own half as well, as they've done twice. So certainly Hull needing to step up a gear here. Taken by Blackmore. Tackled 25 metres away from his own line. Here comes Smales. Running hard, gets through the tackle of Hasler. Tackled on the 40-metre line. Kemp. Nicow. Tackled by Gary Nolan. And Danby. Ford. Crooks. Crooks taken down on the halfway line. Russell from acting halfback. Last tackle. 7 metres inside the whole half. Camp to Steadman. Steadman kicks through into the middle between Gay and Sterling. Taken by Paul Sterling. And he's tackled some 15 metres from his own line. Gary Nolan makes the 20-metre line. Mike Dixon throws the dummy. Makes 10 metres. Richard Gade acting halfback. Hasler out to Grant. No real test for the Castleford defence there. Diva to John Sharp. Good run by Sharp, almost up to halfway. The last tackle. Diva kicks out of acting halfback to Middleton. Taken by Middleton. And taken by Rob Danby, but he just gets over the 20-metre line. Morrison. Good tackle by Doyle. Commented before on the quality of Jeff Doyle's tackling. It's very hard with the shoulder. Lee Crooks taken by Chico Jackson. Now Kettridge. Long ball from acting halfback to Kemp. Nicow. Good tackle by John Sharp. Tremendous tackle by John Sharp on the Kiwi loose forward. Last tackle. Steadman kicking from inside his own half this time. Richard Gay takes it on the 20. But it's a good Castleford chase. Gay makes the 40-metre line. Paul Eastwood. And from the wing, it's 10. Hasler, Sharp. He'll move it wide. Grant. It's rather laboured across the field there. Richard Gay from acting halfback. Taken 40 metres from the Castleford line, but Hull have made the yards but haven't really threatened to break the defence. Grant kicks through onto Middleton's wing, takes it comfortably and sets off. Taken by Russ Walker, good tackle. Now Steadman. Very dangerous broken field runner, Graham Steadman. Good on his feet and got a lot of pace if he breaks through the first line of defence. Here's Smales. Oh, getting away from Diva's tackle, out to Blackmore. Ellis just field ahead of him. Mike Dixon comes across, makes a great tackle. Great effort by Mike Dixon. Well, the tackle of the match, Brian. Terrific cover tackle by the young hooker.
Brilliant tackling again, quick hands by Cass, created room down Hull's left. And unfortunately for Hull, the ball came off Dixon's hand as it went into touch, Steve. So it's Castleford's head and ball. Castleford, Kemp. Blackmore, Kemp. Steadman. Blackmore, oh, nice ball to middle. Castleford on the attack, Ford. Crooks for the posts. Well wrapped up, Lee Crooks. Kettridge to Kemp, cutting inside. Oh, well knocked down Important tackle, Mike Dixon. And Danny Deaver. Not Dixon, Walker. Kettridge looks like a obvious forward pass there, but ball to Russell. Oh, good job, there's nobody inside him. Last tackle. Ford chips. Ford touches it down. Hull don't make it dead. That was bad defence by Hull. It was a good kick, but all our defenders had opportunity to make that ball dead, Steve, and didn't.
Yes, they certainly had. They've been caught on the previous tackle with a dash by Russell and never really set in defence there. But nevertheless, they did have the chance from that little kick through on the floor, grubber kick through by Mike Ford. But a rather feeble attempt at clearing the ball results in Ford scampering through to touchdown. And a very easy try for him in the end. A nice kick by the scrum half, but Castleford really dominating the game, Brian, because even though Hull have making yards out of defence, getting into the Castleford half, they haven't remotely looked like breaking the Castleford line at all.
No, Castleford are just too fluent, Steve, aren't they? They move the ball, they're getting off quick off the floor, they move it quick from out to half back, and everybody's stood steep, running straight and strong into the gap. It's just simple, classic rugby league football, and they're doing it very, very well, and really all have no answer at the moment. Lee Crooks should make it 12. He misses. But certainly in this last month or so, Castleford has been an impressive side as anybody in the rugby league for me. It's not the fact that they win, it's the way that they win, the tries they create. Straight to Mike Ford. Hull gives it to Smales. Hull comes tearing up. That time is met by Steve McNamara. Good tackle by McNamara. Nickow. Bang down. Crooks. Kettridge. 4 tackles gone. Russell for Matson halfback. Still going. Hull's mark of defence is nowhere near as sure as Castleford's. Ball back to Stedman. Kicks. Should bounce as well for Richard Gate. Beats Nick out. Doesn't beat Morrison. Eastwood. Trying to straighten up. Hasler. Deaver. Danby. Gay. Again, Morrison in the tackle. Done an awful lot of tackling as Tony Morrison. McNamara taking it up. Wrapped up, last tackle. Ball to Hasler. Deep, it should be St. John Ellis's ball. He may let it go dead, he does. Actually, it must be a deceptively strong breeze, Steve. That was taken well over the dead ball then. Not a very good kick then by Hull. Middleton runs at Danby, but Danby puts him down. Gary Nolan comes over the top. Kettridge. Nolan in from marker, makes a tackle. Morrison. Again Nolan in the tackle. Ford dummying. Again Nolan in. That's 3 in a row Gary Nolan's done. Crooks. Oh. Tackle by John Sharp. Just threatened to get his arms free then. 4 tackles gone. Last tackle, miscounted there. Ford kicks, comes over the Hull man. It's Castleford's ball. That's twice Hull have had the wrong end of a ball ricocheting off a defender.
Yes, it's always very hard that, but it gives Castleford possession again. Another set of 6, the danger area. Kemp Kemp's added quite a bit of bite to this Castleford side. Very strong, rugged standoff. And we've seen already. Good at the quick ball. Here's Blackmore into the gap and over the line. And a very simple try created by Castleford, moving the ball wide. Blackmore hitting the ball at pace through the gap. And I don't think anybody laid a hand on him, Brian.
No, they didn't, and unfortunately for all, nobody came across and stopped him coming nearer the post either, Steve. I mean, he just left James. There was a Grant, and a gap inside James Grant. He left him for dead. Went over and made 10 yards towards the posts. But that was easy, Steve. Far too easy there. Blackmore just moved up a gear. Well, having a conference behind the post, but they're really got to do something. It's very difficult to know what to do. I mean, obviously, from looking up here, they've got to slowly play the ball down. That's an area where Castleford are getting up very quickly, catching all before they're prepared. But of course, that runs up the possibility of conceding penalties. But Castleford are just a yard too quick in thought and action at the moment. Crooks misses again. That's 14-0. It could have been 18.
Yes, two let-offs there, really quite straightforward kicks, but Castleford at the moment finding this a fairly easy game, and Hull really are going to have to score quickly to get back in it. Grant kicks off, goes deep. Ford, Smales. Met by John Sharp. Dixon and McNamara also there. Nickow dropped off by Russell. Good tackle by Steve McNamara. Now Crooks. Castleford forwards methodically working their way. Now Morrison. McNamara knocks him down. Ketteridge. Castleford has been very content to work through the forwards. They've got back to the 40-metre line. A penalty against Ketteridge for playing the ball to himself with a marker. I think what happened there, Brian, was he got to his feet to play the ball back in the orthodox manner, didn't make contact, and then decided he'd take the gamble and go forward, and Des Hasler was standing in front of him. So, Hull desperately needing a score to give themselves a lift. They've got 6 tackles here to play on the just outside the Castleford 20-metre line. Sharp. Richard Gay. Castleford markers. Bottling Richard Gay up. Dixon, Hasler, Danby. Danby takes them on almost through the gap. Nice run by Rob Danby. Just a little bit more strength that he'll get with age and go through gaps like that. Hasler, ball goes loose. But he went back to the referee, so still hold possession about 16 metres away. Dixon, Sharp, Dixon, Gay to Grant, but the Castleford have plenty of numbers over there, able to cover the inside and outside balls. The last tackle, Hasler kicks through. Good kick by Des Hasler. Stedman has to make it dead. The Castleford's turn to take a little pressure. The crowd trying to lift Hull. Rather better crowd here today. I'm sure Castleford have brought a significant number of away supporters, probably in the region of 4.5. John Sharp. Dive. Who certainly has so far had one of his least effective games. John Sharp. Back to almost back to the 30-metre line. Hasler, Danby, Grant, inside to Gay, but it's Castleford are just holding their ground and waiting for the whole player to come. Doyle makes a 30-metre line, but Hull not really penetrating any further than that. Dixon, McNamara, Steve McNamara, almost up to the 20-metre line, but that's the last tackle. Danby kicks through and will take a touch. About, well, the scrum will go down 10 metres from the Castleford line. A bit of pressure by Hull, but not really looking like scoring, Brian.
No, not really. As you said, Castleford's defence, when Hull moved it wide immediately, was exemplary, really. They just waited for they weren't fooled by any dummy runners or anything. They just held off and just took the old tacklers as they came through. Kemp. I think actually that's one of the features of Castleford's game, because we're always saying about their attack, and they are a good attacking side, but a feature really has been the defence this season. They're very difficult to score against. Blackmore. 3 Hull defenders in to put him down. Middleton. Tackled by Davey. Crooks. Tackle there by Chico Jackson underneath. Last tackle. Ball to Stedman. Going to kick towards Sterling. Oh, Richard Gay gets to it. The referee said it doesn't knock on, then he says it does. So it's Castleford's head and ball, 30 metres out, in attacking position yet again. Kemp. Tackle by Doyle. Nickow. Good tackle there by Hasler and McNamara. Kettridge strides forward. Playing much better actually as a proper than he did in the second row. Never looked quick enough to play second row, but he seems to have added a bit of power, and he's a very effective blindside prop. Smales. Tackled by Dixon and Doyle. But again, Quick gets up, plays the ball. Crooks. Oof. Support didn't get it, showed the ball left, showed it right. Fortunately, all the support didn't get there. Last tackle, Russell. To Stedman. Stedman kicks. Should be Hasler's ball, it is. Beats Stedman. Falls to Crooks. Chico Jackson. John Sharp. Bumps off Morrison. Dump off Miko. Oh, good tackling from marker defence. Nickow again, straight up to Chico Jackson. The first marker's really chasing for Cass. McNamara. Last tackle. Ball to Eastwood. Under no pressure this time. Puts it. Should be St. John Ellis's ball. Oh, lets it go through to Stedman. Stedman. Oh, Stedman gets. Oh, well tackled by Sterling. I thought he'd got outside Grant and Sterling then. Good tackle by Sterling. St. John Ellis. Oh, Sterling gets to him. Oh, good tackle by Paul Sterling. These two had a real tussle at Weldon Road early on in the season. Here comes Middleton. Good tackle by John Sharp. Oh, Russell makes some more yards. Been very impressive acting half-back. Ford dummies. Grant Anderson. Just ankle tap by Eastwood. Finished off by Gay. Last tackle. Hull, Gay kicks through. Goes to Morris. Another 6 tackles for Castleford. Kettridge will take it up. Crooks. Oh, good tackle by Chico Jackson. Very good tackle there underneath on Lee Crooks. Ford. Smales. Ford. Blackmore. St John Ellis. St John Ellis. Oh, what good tackle by Sterling. Suggested 2 forward passes there for me.
Certainly, I thought the first was clearly forward. Maybe the second as well. A great cover tackle. Hull are having to. A long ball by Ford to Ketteridge. Back inside to Camber. Good quick ball to Nicow. Switching the direction all the time. Ford. Ford's got numbers. Anderson through. Inside. Morrison. Over the line. Castleford's 4th try. And they weren't to be denied that. Some tremendous support play. And the ball switched direction countless times in that attack. And in the end, second row, Tony Morrison, the man who scored, as the whole defence has been torn to shreds. 18 points to 0. And a really sorry first half for Hull. There has been talk during the week of some kind of virus that struck the whole camp. A few players reported suffering from it. You don't like to look for excuses, but certainly a few players playing as if they are under the weather, Brian.
Yeah, well, you'd expect that from Castleford, given I think it's the 5th game in 16 days. There's no sign of it at all. That was a tremendous try. Really brilliant support play, and giving the first time ball to the man coming from deep. Simple football, but excellent. Ford did very well twice there. Ford's a great player. When the initial breakdown this left wing when Ford dummied, because again, old second marker wasn't there, wanting position. Ford dummied, made the break, kept his head. Castleford kept the attack going. There certainly was a suggestion of at least 1-2 forward passes. But as they brought it back this side, Ford was back in again and created the opportunity for Tony Morrison to score. Good try by Castleford. So it's Lee Crooks trying to make it 20. And we haven't reached half-time yet. He does. So I make it. We're about a minute from half-time. And the score is Hull 0, Castleford 20. Clinical finishing by Castleford, Steve.
Yes, they just waited their time though. They kept the ball moving both ways, running the whole defence around and just waiting for the final gap to appear. Got 2 half-backs who work very well together here. Kemp, we've seen some good sharp passes from him on the outside to release men, 1 or 2 nice balls inside. Smales. Tackle just outside the 20-metre line. Nicow. Almost makes the break. Russell inside to Crooks. Nearly up to the halfway line. Kemp. Ketteridge. Releases the ball. Hull not putting the man on the floor. No, referee has eventually given a knock on or went forward. But wasn't as forward as the passes in the play leading up to the last try. Gay. John Sharp. He's been the pick of the Hull forward, certainly. He worked very, very hard. He's done his part. Danby. And across field, makes the gap, makes a little break. A good tackle by Camp. Good bit of work by Rob Danby. Sterling from acting halfback. Dixon inside to Dive. He's certainly been kept very quiet by this Castleford defence. Marcus blocking up that middle superbly. Hasler goes to the air with a kick. Lacks a bit of depth this one. It's taken by Anderson with plenty of protection around him. Good play by Castleford. Studman. Russell throws the dummy. Again, Hull struggling. I think Castleford suspect Hull are very vulnerable in that area close to the ruck. Crooks. Oh, good driving run by Crooks. Takes Castleford almost up to the halfway line. The last tackle, Ford. And yet again, comes off a Hull player, third time in this half that the ball has come off a Hull player. And into touch. Kemp. The ball goes loose. Studman picks up. And driven back by good tackle by Jeff Doyle. Trying to get a bit of enthusiasm into this Hull defence. Middleton. Russell getting that space, keeping it going. Kemp, Nickau, nice ball out to Anderson, who's taken up residence on this wing. Good tackle by Mike Dixon. The touch judge says that the ball came back inside before Anderson went into touch, so Castleford retained possession. A great tackle by Mike Dixon. A kick through. It's going into touch just short of the Hull line, so Castleford really threatening on every attack, Brian, and an awful lot of the problems starting from the Hull marker position. That Russell is finding a lot of space there, and that's those initial few yards, isn't it?
Yeah, and to be honest, I think Hull are just too slow at getting off the ground, Steve. It seems to me that Castleford get up quicker and play the ball quicker, while Hull's defenders are still thinking about getting up. And Russell is excellent acting halfback, brilliant judge of whether to run a pass. Deaver. There's a half-time hooter. So it's Hull 0, Castleford 20. And they've run it very quickly. They're not to run it. The ball got something to send it back inside to them.
So the sides returning for the second half, and with Castleford 20 points ahead, they could the problem for coach John Joyner will have been getting them to believe that there's a second half to play. You would think at this stage that they look to have got the game won. Hull have not only conceded 20 points in the first half, but they haven't really threatened to score at all. And unless something dramatic happens, Castleford are going to go into this Regal Trophy final next week with another big confidence booster. We're underway. Graham Studman. John Sharp takes the ball up just over his own line. Certainly no faulting John Sharp's performance. What a good break by John. Well, he gets to the halfway line. Terrific. Great run by John Sharp. He's been Hull's leading player of the first half. Mike Dixon runs off from acting halfback. Makes another 10. Well, it's a good start to the second half by Hull. Turned defence into attack. Chico Jackson to Steve McNamara. Doyle, a big run by Jeff Doyle. Hasler. Gary Nolan to Richard Gay. Back to James Grant. Grant inside the 20. The last tackle. Short side. And Rob Danby takes the touch. 10 metres from the Castleford line. Well, certainly a better sequence of play. What a great break by John Sharp. Very rare you see that nowadays, isn't it? A strong break from the first play.
Yeah, that's right. I suppose that's a reflection, Steve, how much better defences they have than they used to be. That was a really good run by Sharp. Made it 50 yards. Or St John Ellis ducks under James Grant's tackle. Gary Nolan gets there. Dickow. It's a flat ball up. Morrison. That's better. Steve McNamara came in, slowed the play of the ball down there. All right, if he gets away with it. Crooks, tackled by John Sharp. That's 4 gone. Ball back to Steadman. Kicks, long kick. He turns Richard Gay with that one. Oh, it bounces up well for Gay. That's the first bit of luck Hull have had this half. Certainly with the bounce of the ball, they had absolutely none in the first half. Eastwood. McNamara. Good run by Steve McNamara. Oh, nobody. Either Dixon didn't read the signal or nobody got there. That's sad. Chico Jackson. Good 10 yards. It's better play by Hull. Last tackle. John Sharp. To Gary Nolan. Ooh, to Eastwood. Ball to Mike Dixon, to Hasler. Hasler puts it up in the air. Nickow gets it. Slips it to Steadman. Steadman beats Hasler. Steadman beats another. Steadman's still going. Steadman beats Gay. Oh! Rob Danby gets to him. And visions of a 70-yarder then. Kemp into a gap. Oh, good tackle by James Grant. Blackmore, blind. Grant gets to him. Helped by Sterling. Crooks. Ketteridge. Loses the ball. He stood from the scrum. Tackle on the 20. Deaver. Tackle by Smirls. And Anderson. John Sharp. McNamara. Tackle by Smirls and Crooks. Chico Jackson. Last tackle. Hasler. High kick to Middleton. Oh, catches it on the second attempt. Tackle by Hull. Loses the ball in the tackle. Well, momentarily, Steve, first 5 minutes, cast off the boil.
Yeah, I suppose part of the problem of having a 20-point lead and a big game, of course, next Saturday, and it's bound to have told on them all the matches they've played over the last fortnight, but Hull desperately need a quick score. Short ball by Rob Danby to Gary Nolan, which causes him a few problems. Danny Deave. Out to Eastwood. Eastwood finds a bit of space. Good run by Paul Eastwood. He's through. Can he make it to the line? Oh, what a good try. Well, I think that's the best try Paul Eastwood scored for many a day. A lot of determination in that. Didn't seem to be much on when he got the ball. Danny Deave cut back inside, stepped nicely, and then broke the first line of defence and accelerated away. Really good try, Brian.
Like you say, Steve, it's certainly the best try I think Paul Eastwood scored this season. Just absolutely nothing on. Propped off his foot, found a gap, really went for it. So all on the board. I suppose you've got to ask the question, if Castleford scored 20 points in the first half, can Hull do the same in the second? Well, that's an excellent start.
It just raises the hopes a little. Certainly caused the Castleford committee meeting, though. Not a good conversion attempt to follow the try, and it's hull 4, Castleford 20. Really, if you're going to have any chance of a comeback, you've got to kick your goals as well, Brian.
Yeah, that one, not a difficult kick. Stedman to restart. Richard Gay fields at this time. Tackle by Morrison, nick out. John Sharp. David. Kemp. Oh, plays the ball. I don't know if he did play it actually, but quick. Down the blind. Room there, Morrison inside to Ketteridge. Forward pass. I'm not sure that one a harsh decision then. Nice bit of play down the blind by Cass. Good short support play. Gay. Oh, wrapped up by Blackmore, not going to buy any dummy then. Sterling runs off, but Blackmore's got there. So quick, Castleford marking. They really are. It's a real coaching manual job, this Castleford first marker. Wait, Dixon. That's better play by Hull. McNamara. Hasler. Sharp. To Gay. Oh, unfortunate, no support there for Richard Gay. Better attack. Obviously DV interfering to play the ball, not making any real attempt to get back. Can't complain about that penalty. Stedman. Finds touch. 20 metres out. Again, all markers weren't really set like Castleford markers are. Said that Crooks lost the ball there. I think that this 50-50 decision went for Hull then. Hasler to feed. Danby. Ready. Marker set. Davey. Good tackle there by Smales and Crooks. John Sharp. Crooks in the tackle again. Doyle. Ooh, bang down. Good tackling by Cass. Chico Jackson came off a Castleford hand then. Danby to Gary Nolan. Side steps into the open. Good run by Nolan. Sharp. Oh, good tackling by Cass. Morrison and Ketteridge. McNamara, another good tackle by Morrison. Straight from the marker position again. Better play the ball, quicker play the ball by Hull. Bit of room out here. Danby going for the gap. Danby. Just wrapped up there by Smales. Hasler. Oh. Last tackle. Ball back to Eastwood. High kick, high kick to Stedman, who loses it, and the ball goes dead. Nearly bounced for James Grant that one, Stephen. It would have been 6 points.
They'll desperately need a bit of luck there. A great kick by Paul Eastwood, a tremendous height on that. Grant chased through very well, did everything right there. Stedman made the error, but the ball just bounced away. But Hull can continue the pressure. Castleford have to drop out. Good distance by Stedman. Richard Gay picks up 10 metres inside his own half. He's tackled some 35 out. John Sharp. Tremendous work from the marker position again. Gary Nolan. Hull in midfield, 25 out. McNamara. Some acting halfback. Meanwhile, Kemp and Gary Nolan involved in a bit of a tussle. Referee stops play, talks to the two players. Russ Walker returning for Hull for Chico Jackson, and Brandon Greenwood on for... What's he coming up for? Gary Nolan coming off for the player who was penalised. Now the referee has given head and ball to Hull at the scrum, having stopped the play for some ball, having stopped play for that tussle between the two players. It gives Hull a chance of 6 more tackles, and Hull players running in, some sort of incident. On Hasler took the tackle from a couple of Castleford players. The touch judge was straight in. Des Hasler is down on the floor, hurt. Didn't see who the Castleford men were. Morrison's been called over. And he's got the yellow card. 10 minutes in the sin bin for Tony Morrison for a tackle on Des Hasler. Hasler still receiving treatment, certainly caught one there. The touch judge came straight in. Well, you wouldn't say Castlewood are rocking with a 16-point lead, Brian, but they've certainly not playing with the same composure.
No, that's true, but like you said, when you got a 20-point lead, it's hard to keep your concentration and play with the same commitment. Paul Eastwood kicks for touch. Hasler recovers. Eastwood. Tackle by Crooks. Davey. Wraps up. Hasler. Sharp. Davey. Steve McNamara, long ball to Eastwood. Eastwood cuts inside Middleton. Smales makes the tackle together with Ford. Dixon Chips, oh, but another 6 tackles full. Davey for the post. Doyle should be a try. There is. Try for Jeff Doyle. And Castleford defence certainly is rocky, Steve.
Yeah, and the luck's reversed a bit, hasn't it? That nice little kick through by Mike Dixon ricocheted off a Castleford player. The referee waved the slate clean, and Jeff Doyle had the strength to work his way through the gap. Castleford a man down. It's 8 points to 20. This goal's vital. A lot more enthusiasm about the whole play in the second half as well. It's well, 2 early tries. So a really vital kick for Paul Eastwood.
So we've been playing this in the cup now.
About quarter of an hour of the second half gone. So still plenty of time. Paul Eastwood successful with that. Hull into double figures, 10 to 20. Well, this if this were to continue, it'd be one of the great comebacks in the club's history. It wasn't just they were 20 points behind, it was the really total way in which they've been outplayed in the second half. But what a change. We've seen a lot of spirit in the second half. Castleford certainly rattled. Morrison still off the field. Danny Devey takes the ball. He's been much more prominent in the second half. Works the ball almost up to the 20-metre line. Walker. Steadying influence in the middle of the field. Steve McNamara. Doyle. John Sharp. To McNamara. Hull just short of halfway. The last tackle. Back to Eastwood. Quite a high kick. Ellis takes it. And he's tackled about 8 metres inside his own half. Blackmore. Very strong at fending off players, but he doesn't quite make the halfway. Nickow. Tackled by McNamara and Doyle. Kettridge. Good tackling by Hull in midfield. McNamara and Sharp. It's Lee Crooks. 10 metres inside the Hull half, but Hull have defended well on this. Castleford have only made about 15 metres, but short side play. Kicking Hull back into the corner. Richard Gay has to field it. And it's tackled just in the field of play. Greenwood runs from acting halfback. Like 7 or 8 metres, but Castleford have got that field position they wanted. Mike Dixon. Good run by Dixon. Hull. Eastwood. Gets past Ellis this time, but it's going to be taken by Steadman just outside his 20-metre line. And he kicks back. And the scrum will go down just inside the Hull 20-metre line. Well, it was interesting tactic by Graham Steadman there. I think clearly Castleford's ploy, Brian, is to let's trust their defence enough to play Hull up this end of the field. What they don't want to do, I suppose, is to make an error in their own territory and give Hull possession again.
Yeah, that's right. And also scrums take a bit of time, and as we know, Morrison's still got a couple of minutes before he comes back on. Danby, Sterling. Tackled by Steadman. John Sharp Oh, good run back. Shaving a ball to Gales. Ford going across to him. Middleton, I think Gales score. Yes, he is. He's over the line. Oh, what a good run by Gay. I don't think, Steve, that he actually saw Middleton. We could see Middleton was going to cut him off. I thought he was going to head towards the post because it was always going to be too quick for Mike Ford. But Middleton did get to him. But he's, God, the force of his run took him over the line. What a try.
Just enough. What a terrific try. What a great ball by John Sharp in the middle of the field. Set that try up. Richard Gay in the right place. And certainly Hull are right back in it now at 14-20. And the crowd really got a buzz here, lifting the side. Well, from being dead and buried, Hull are resurrected here. And if Paul Eastwood could convert, similar position from the last one, 14-20. Oh, dramatic stuff, certainly. Success for Paul Eastwood. Hull back within 4 points. It's 16 points to 20. Hull have scored 16 points in the first 20 minutes of this half. Still time, I think, for...
I think we don't have to panic now. I think the thing is we don't have to panic. There's 20 minutes, bags of time. The worst thing that can happen to us was Castleford to score next, to be honest. We just have to be patient now. We've got 20 minutes to win the game. Ball goes to Paul Eastwood, picks it up. McNamara. Walker. Good handoff by Walker on Smails. Hasler. Deaver. John Sharp. Great run by Sharp. McNamara. Last tackle. Hasler kicks into the corner. It'll be St. John Ellis's ball. I don't think it'll go dead. Doesn't. He has to play. He runs at Sterling. Good tackle by Hasler and Sterling. Oh, real ferocity in the whole tackling now. Oh, good tackle by Sterling. Middleton tackled. Castleford not made the 10 yet. Crowd really getting behind Hull. Oh, good run back. Russell from acting half-back. Morrison back on. Castleford back to 13 men. Ford. Blackmore wrapped up by James Grant. Last tackle. Ball back to Stedman. Under pressure. But still gets a good kick in. Should be Richard Gay's ball. Bounces up nicely for him. Good chase by Cass. Greenwood. For Greenwood. Good run from acting half-back Greenwood. Eastwood. Had his best game for me for the season, Paul Eastwood. McNamara. Hurt in that tackle, I think. Certainly is. It seems to be his hip. Well, fast and furious, Steve.
Tremendous stuff. I mean, what a transformation we've seen. Hasler kicks through. Should be taken by Stedman, and is, but does Hasler's there to make the tackle, is he? Stedman still going though, gets out of the tackle. Slippery customer. Steve McNamara still getting some attention. Middleton, but he's easily wrapped up. Great tackle by Jeff Doyle. Ford. Tackle by Grant. All the Hull players have stepped up 3 or 4 gears in the second half. The ball back from Blackmore to Crooks. Castleford move it across. Anderson in midfield, 30 metres from his own line. Russell from acting half. Almost makes the break, but Dixon is there to make the tackle. 10 metres short of halfway. Back to Stedman for the kick. Looking to drill Hull back into that 20-metre area. Paul Eastwood takes it. And he's tackled just over his 20-metre line. Greenwood goes from acting halfback. Makes good yards again. As Brian Holwell said, there's no need for Hull to play panic football. Certainly a bit of fumble there, but the referee says it went back. That was a fortunate decision, I think. Sharp, who's been devastating this second half, John Sharp. Really, if ever was a captain's role, he's played it. Hasler. Drops off Steve McNamara. Last tackle. McNamara caught one. The referee asks him to get to his feet. Doyle. Dive. Grant. Grant kicks through, kicks it into the air. Taken by Blackmore. Castleford seem to have regained a bit of composure, but they're certainly under pressure now. The lead 20 points down to 4. Smales. Tackle by McNamara. Russell. Crooks. Bit of room in field. Kettridge up to the halfway line. Nickow. Nice ball to Blackmore. Blackmore still going. Danger here. The ball comes to Paul Sterling, who collects a loose ball from Blackmore. That pass never really onto his winger. Castleford markers offside. Certainly Ellis at second marker well offside there. Danny Dive down in trouble. Mike Dixon runs off from acting halfback. Hustles another 7 or 8 metres. Walker. Good tackle by Lee Crooks. Really met him hard there. Hasler. Gay. First tackling, but the ball goes out. Dixon. But again, Lee Crooks, solid defender. Last tackle, Hull on halfway. Doyle. Kicks through, Jeff Doyle. Oh, does he take it? Ball fly on. Ball goes loose. Who's got it? Castleford have it. Well, I needed a kick through to the line there, really, rather than that. But Hull still causing problems. Kemp. They've got to try and keep Cass down here. Force the error. Smales. Crosses the 20. Crooks. Well, Lee Crooks, but loses it. Looking to release the ball to a man on his outside. No one there. Lost control. Ball goes down. There was danger for Hull there if there had been somebody on Crooks' shoulder, Brian, but it's certainly an error.
Yeah, it was. Gives Hull head and ball. Still 10 minutes left. Kettridge coming off. Dean Sampson coming on for Cass. And Andy Hay. So it's Smales, Kettridge off. Hay and Sampson on. Could be vital to fresh pair of legs at this stage of the game. Hasler. Danby. Oh, he gives it to Gay, but oh. Yeah, they'll give it earlier than Steve, or not at all. So Richard Gay, he's going to get clouted. Danby. We haven't seen Hasler run, I don't think, this half at all. Dixon. We've seen Dixon run. Dixon. Oh, good game, Mike Dixon. McNamara. Hasler. Deavy onto a deep ball. A good tackling by Cass. Here again. Matt Fact's first marker in again. Hasler kicks. Pretty good kick by Hasler, but fielded by St. John Ellis. Hasler tackles him. 10 yards, though, less than that, from his own, 5 yards from his own line. Stedman runs off, beats Sterling, doesn't beat Devey and Doyle. Lee Crooks. Good run by Crooks. Dean Sampson. Mike Ford was in the way then. Russell drops off Nick out. Oh, lovely first time ball. Oh, but Grant Anderson couldn't get rid of it. Last tackle. Stack this blind side, Cass. They're going to run it. Kemp to here to Blackmore. Oh, for Kemp for the post. Kemp will score. Kemp scores! Oh, what a good try by Castleford on the sixth tackle. What a good try. They must have put six men in the 10-yard corridor down this blind side. I think that try will win the game, Steve.
It certainly ought to. It was very well constructed, and the players on this right-hand side of Castleford were yelling for the ball to come their way on that previous play because Hull was short on defence here. They finished it off so well. Very well created try. And Tony Kemp, the man who's finished it. And that could maybe kill off Hull's revival. Still 10 minutes to go. But it gives Cass an 8-point lead. And Lee Crooks should convert from here. But it's been a great second half comeback by Hull, regardless of that try. Just over the last 5-10 minutes, Castleford seemed to have regained a bit of composure, Brian, and started to defend a bit more strongly and then put on a few attacking players in the middle of the field. Nickow's been much more prominent the last 10 minutes, and he's opened up the defence a couple of times. Crooks misses. The gap's still 8 points. Well, this game has taken many dramatic twists, and we're still more to come. 24-16 the score. As James Grant prepares to kick off. Taken by Stedman. Knocked down 25 metres from his own line. Middleton from acting halfback. Russell, short side player. Morrison out to Anderson. Up to the halfway line. Good work by Cass. Well, I don't think that ball was played, but the referee waves play on. Morrison, I think it is, brings it. A penalty given against the Castleford player for at the play of the ball. So often the player lying on is penalised, but on that occasion the player with the ball was penalised for, I think, trying to hold the whole tackler down. Walker drives towards the 20-metre line. Here's Devey. Danny Devey, good run. into the Castleford 20-metre area. Hasler. Gay. Castleford certainly much more composed in defence now. Greenwood from acting halfback. Tries to make a few yards. But Hull need to move the Castleford defence around. Hasler. Danby. Grant. Nice ball by Rob Danby. Grant still going. James Grant for the line. He's over. And he improves the position to within 12 metres of the post. So there's still life in this game, Brian, yet. As Hull come back to 20 points to 24. A good bit of work by James Grant. Didn't seem to be a lot on when he got the ball. Nice wide pass, long pass by Rob Danby. There was plenty of cover there, but James Grant was good on his feet. Well balanced there and threaded his way through the Castleford defence.
3 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes to go. Paul Eastwood with this conversion. And will bring Hull back to 2 points if he's successful. Which he is. 22 to 24. Well, I went to last-minute drama here. 3 minutes to go, perhaps. Well, whatever the result, Brian, it's been a terrific second-half performance by Hull, which makes the first-half performance all that more difficult to understand. I know you can argue that Castleford, having got 20 ahead, maybe relaxed a little in the second half, but Hull have played with so much more enthusiasm and fire in this second half. And it's not over yet. Gay takes it from the kickoff. Jeff Doyle. Good run by the Aussie. Loose forward up to the 20-metre line. Gay. Danny Dive. Ball comes loose. Paul Eastwood has it. Went back. Danby. Grant. Grant just manages to stay in the field of play and has made good yards. Sterling runs off from acting halfback. Tackled by Hay, who's certainly put in some good... Sampson, sorry, this time. Who's certainly put in some good tackles since he's come on. Danby. Gay. Ball comes back to Eastwood. Back to John Sharp. John looking for a gap, but can't find one. McNamara. Keeps through. I think Stenman should have this covered. He does. Well taken. Des Hasler was pursuing. Castle will be in no hurry to play through this set of 6. Middleton. Hay. Almost to the halfway line. Sampson. John Sharp across on the marker. What a game John Sharp's had. Been in really good form recently, but I think he's surpassed even that good form today. Ford. Last tackle. Kemp will kick through. Richard Gay will collect it inside the in-goal area. It's been a pretty good chase. He gets away from Blackmore, but doesn't get away from Ellis. And Hay going through, Sampson coming through to tackle Sterling. Dixon scurrying away. Sharp. Good run by John Sharp over the 20-metre line. Hasler. Gay can't collect. Ball dipping down in front of him. All had to try something like that. Had to try and move the ball across to create some space. What a dramatic game this has turned into. Here comes Blackmore within 12 metres, and that's the last tackle of the game. Castleford come up with a victory, but the Hull players look gutted, Brian, and they look disappointed because they've put on a tremendous second half performance here, which has brought them to the brink, but not quite to victory itself. 20 points down at half-time, and really a pretty poor performance by Hull in the first half. Castleford really playing as they please, looking streets ahead of Hull in both determination and class, but Hull have come back with a terrific effort in the second half, and even when Castleford got 8 points ahead again, they still came back to within, still weren't finished, another try, but not quite good enough in the end, and it points to the first half and what went wrong then.
Yeah, it does, really. As you say, Steve, you know, what they upped the gear. Obviously, Royce Simmons had told them at half-time that they had to play a lot quicker, a lot harder, but you shouldn't have to tell them that. They should have known that. They're all professionals, should have known that for the first 40 minutes. And disappointing. I suppose Castleford can claim they did score 5 tries to 4. Really 2 points that got away from Hull. 2 points I thought before we kicked off had a very good chance of taking today, but not to be. Next week a very hard game at Salford.